Good morning. Tuesday, May 19th, upper body push workout for you. So today's workout is going to have two parts to it. Part number one is going to be 5, 6, or 7 rounds of a T plank hold and tension push-ups. You can do each for 30 seconds, and then you're going to rest for 30 seconds. So each round will take you a minute and a half to do. All right. So the basic way that we do this is we will just set ourselves up here, something comfortable to kneel on, and when you're in that 30-second rest period, and you will just set up your phone. You're going to hit start on your phone. You're going to go into as wide of a T plank as you can hold, and you're going to hold for 30 seconds. Once that 30 seconds is up, you're going to go right into your tension push-up. So you're going to go slow on the way down, and then you're going to come slow on the way up. What I really like about the tension push-ups or tension anything is it really allows you to think about where your body is. So I'm really concentrating on keeping my shoulders pulled away from my ears, all the way down, and all the way up. And this kind of goes to like a bigger point in that if you've got you got a shoulder or a knee, kind of like piggybacking on what I was talking about yesterday, that little section at the beginning of the warm-up. If you got like a shoulder or a knee that's a little cranky and stuff, and doing push-ups or squats or whatever quickly gives you problems. But if you slow it down and really think about your positioning, making sure you're in the correct position and stuff, and that alleviates the pain, then always do that. So if I'm if I'm asking you to do 15 squats as fast as you can, but it hurts, but I can do 5, 6, or 7 nice and slow and it doesn't give me any pain, then make that modification so that you can get some quality repetitions in, and you can alleviate the pain. Again, a lot of it's just, if I'm moving too fast, I may not have my knees or my hips or my feet in the right position, but if I slow everything down, then I can make sure that everything's in the correct position, and then maybe it feels a little bit better. So just always think about that when you're doing the workout, if you need to make an additional modification to whatever it is that I'm asking you to do in the workout. So so that was from the angle here. With the hands positioned to the T, we want to make sure that the hands are in line with the shoulders, maybe forward just a little bit, so we don't want to be out like so. So I don't want to have my hands out like this. I want to have my hands in line with my shoulders, or maybe a little bit behind my shoulders. So like so, or my shoulders and hands in line with one another. I can do both the T and the push-ups, the T plank and the push-ups with my knees on the ground, if need be. Okay, and then the same thing for the push-up, slow on the way down, slow on the way up. Or I can do that off of an elevated surface, counter, table, whatever, where I'm going to go wide with that T position, that T plank position, off of a table, and then bring my hands in a little bit closer and go ahead and do my push-ups. So again, 5, 6, or 7 rounds, 30 seconds of a T plank hold, having your hands as wide as you possibly can, 30 seconds, and immediately 30 seconds of tension push-ups, slow on the way down, slow on the way up. If you're going the correct speed, you should be getting max of 5 push-ups per 30-second period. If you're getting more, you're probably going too fast on the way up or the way down. All right? So from there, that'll take you, if you do 7 rounds, it'll take you 10 minutes to do. And from there, we're going to take just a short break, and then we're going to go into we're going to do 5 rounds, or you can do 3, 4, or 5 rounds. This is going to be a continuous. There's going to be 3 movements. Now we're going to do an I plank for 30 seconds. You're going to do overhead press. You're going to do 10 of them, and then you're going to do tension dips. And you're going to do as many as you can each round. So you'll probably find those tension dips are going to drop a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 reps each round. Maybe not. So with the I plank, right, the T I was here, then the I was here. Oh, and let me go back one thing on the T. When we're in position here and we're holding and we're pushing, we're thinking about pushing into the ground, almost bear hugging at the ground. Pushing into the ground as hard as possible, big contraction through the chest here, but don't be shrugging and pushing. Pull those shoulders away from the ground and push. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, and push into the ground when you're in that T position. So With the I plank, similar sort of thing, hands will be overhead, and when I am pushing into the ground as hard as I can, I don't want to be shrugging. I want to be pushing into the ground and pulling shoulders away from ears. So it'll look like such. So I don't want to be shrugging here. I want to make sure that I pull away and push into the ground. All right, so again, pulling away from the ears with those shoulders when you're holding that I position. That one can also be done off of the knees. Again, same thing, pulling those shoulders down and back away from the ears and pushing the hands into the ground as hard as you possibly can. And of course, I can do it off of a raised object. And I just walk myself away and just holding position. All right. But again, I really want you to focus on pushing into the ground as hard as you can. You should feel a nice contraction through the shoulders, driving everything into the ground. From there, so 30 seconds of that. Then you are going to get your weight, dumbbells, kettlebells, odd object, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're going to do 10 overhead presses. So, real simple, belly tight, and drive. All right, and you'll do 10 reps. Always, when you go to the overhead position, make sure that those abs are nice and tight. Now, if you're using an odd object, you're probably gonna, because of the size of the object and getting it around your head, is probably gonna force you to lean back just a little bit. It's okay, as long as we keep everything nice and tight. Usually when we're pressing with dumbbells, right, we can go straight up. We don't have to worry about going around our head. Even with a barbell, because the barbell is so small, we can go around our face pretty easy, but on a big bulky object, you're gonna end up leaning back just a little bit. As long as I engage before I do that pressing action, I'll keep my back protected. If I press and I don't engage and I do this, then I might give myself some problems. So again, engage really hard before you make that press. And even if you get a little bit of overextension, it's okay, because we're staying really, really strong through your abs. All right? You do 10 of those. Then you're gonna do your tension dips, and you're gonna do as many as you can. So like always, starting position, knees bent, legs straight, or legs up on another object. Hands either out 90 degrees, straight ahead, but again, biggest thing, make sure we pull those shoulders down and back, big engagement through the lats, really pulling also through the midpoint of the back, shoulder blades, pulling them down and back, pulling into that midpoint of my back, holding really strong position, keeping my back really close to the bench or the chair, and my butt's gonna go straight down. I'm gonna go slow on the way down and slow on the way up. Keep my torso as tall as I can, going down and going up. Elbows to about 90 degrees or so, maybe a little bit deeper. And you're gonna do as many as you can. This one, there is no break, you're just gonna go, all right? So we're gonna aim, ideally we do 5 rounds. Let's get at least 3 or 4, but we're gonna aim for 5 rounds on this. So, quick recap on everything. Part 1 is going to be 5, 6, or 7 rounds, where you're gonna do a 30-second T-plank, pulling those shoulders down and back away from the ears, pushing into the ground, almost hugging the ground, big bear hug, 30 seconds, and immediately you're gonna go into 30 seconds of tension push-ups, nice and slow in each direction, rest for 30 seconds, and then repeat again 5, 6, or 7 times. Then you're gonna rest a few minutes, and then we're gonna get into part number 2. So you're gonna do 3, 4, or 5 rounds. You are going to do an I plank for 30 seconds, arms overhead, pull those shoulders away from the ears, drive into the ground as hard as you can, feeling a nice big contraction through your shoulders, hold back for 30 seconds. Then you're gonna get your dumbbells, kettlebells, odd objects. You're gonna do 10 overhead presses, making sure we stay strong and engaged to the abs as we press to the overhead position. And then go right into your tension dips, as many tension dips as you can. and then you are just going to go right back into the I plank, and you're going to repeat 3, 4, or 5 times. Let's go, get it done. Your turn. I will see you guys tomorrow.